Welcome back to Daybreak. There's this new study out from an environmental working group that shows only a quarter of the sunscreens you use are safe and effective. So that, of course, begs the question, what do we look for when we go and buy those sunscreens? We brought in an expert to help us out, Dr. Cole Cahill from Dermatology Associates of West Michigan. Brought some stuff to look at, which we'll get to, but thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me on.
So what do we need to know as we go and look for sunscreens that we want to be effective?
It's a great question. So when you go to the store, there's plenty to look at, and there's tons of different factors you want to look at in your sunscreens. But I'm going to hit on some of the main points that can really kind of draw you into what's good to look at. So one of the things you see right on the shelf is SPF factor. So sun protection factor. That's telling you how well the sunscreen works against UVB, or burning rays that hit you from the sun. And generally, most dermatologists are going to recommend a range between 30 and 50. Some caveats to that are that as you look at the sunscreens that are independently tested, they may not work as effectively as they're saying. And that's what this EWG group is kind of highlighting. So
beyond SPF then, what do you look at?
Beyond that, you also want to look for broad spectrum. So if you look at the rays of the sun coming down, UVB is burning, but UVA is aging and also causes cancer. So we want to look for the label that says broad spectrum. And then we also want to look for water resistant, because you may be swimming and you don't want to sweat these products off.
Okay, so broad spectrum, water resistant. What else?
And then you're looking at like a car. What's the best vehicle to get you where you want to go? So you want to look at how it's applied.
And you brought some different application options here too, which a couple I have not seen before. Yeah,
they're great options. And this is going to kind of be the year of mineral sunscreens. You're going to hear a lot about physical blockers versus chemical blockers. And to that EWG, that environmental working group, they talk a lot about physical blockers, which are zinc and titanium. And these are reflectors that reflect the sun back.
So those work better?
They tend to give you that broad spectrum. They're not absorbed into your system. So some of the chemicals, there's concerns about potential hormone disruptors in the chemicals. And so physical blockers are going to be really hot this summer. You're going to hear a lot about them. And so they come as zinc and titanium, which can be more whitening, but they come tinted now. So you can get different color variations to kind of blend your skin type.
I know these are the more high price point ones on, as everybody looking, on the left-hand side of the screen here.
Yeah, so there are many different price points, but we'll kind of go through our budget and bougie here. If you go over the counter, you're looking at usually a $10 to $20 price range. You're looking at your Eucerins, your Neutrogenas. And like I mentioned, you want to pull the bottle up, you want to look at your SPF factor, you want to be at around an SPF 30 to 50. That's going to knock out about 96 to 98% of the harmful rays. And then they come as topical applicators. Like, this is a great product.
I've not seen this.
Science.
So this is for like your scalp?
This is for scalp, anywhere on the face. It's a mineral-based product. It goes on like a makeup brush. And so usually you can kind of pound it before you put it on, and it kind of comes out. And it's a great product. Negatives to
I'm not doing a great job here.
That's all right. So negatives to products like this would be, you can inhale some of these particles. So generally we do a little pound, and then it kind of comes out.
Perfect. So I'll just let you do the showing here. We have time for one more to show. How much do you need to put on in terms of sunscreen?
It's a great point. People underestimate the amount of sunscreen they don't put enough on. So usually a finger's width should cover an entire face, essentially. So you want to put a significant amount of sunscreen on.
One is called Super Goop. Make sure you're gooping it on. We're going to have this online as well, but Dr. Cahill, thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me on.
We appreciate it.